What is going on? Darth Stix here, and today we are going to do the week 1-7 update of our account. Right now we are working on Fifth Brother here. We can go ahead and get him going a little bit, making sure we don't have any Chirotechs on here. I don't think we do on this. Okay, there's 50 there of each type, and so that puts it pretty close. So we should be able to go ahead and do those two. And we must be missing some other pieces here, but I think we can go ahead and do a lot of this one. And I think we might actually have the Chirotechs to do a lot of it. I mean, if we're just missing one piece of gear, I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, obviously, I'd like to take him all the way up, but that's not going to happen. So we got the Chirotechs out of the way, though. So for next week, we got to work on these pieces. So we'll farm those up, get that going. We are obviously going for Grand Inquisitor and going to make our team, kind of ready for Reva. We're going to keep working on that as we progress here, but that should give us a good amount there. And as soon as Conquest is over, we'll get Darth Bane as well. Not going to happen on this video. We could buy him out of a couple places and get him done, but we'll get it with Conquest rewards. So it did take us 6 conquests, and that was we never got a super high crate level or anything. We did buy quite a few of his shards though out of the shop when it came around, so I think you can definitely do that. Carbonite circuit boards here. I'm gonna buy some of these. We do need to buy the bundle again to try to get some of those done. So we have more that we can put instead of, using a whole bunch of these, but this will at least give us some that we can get a little bit higher relic levels on a couple of these. Second Sister we're using mainly because obviously she does have a ship that we are using, the TIE Interceptor. So we'll continue, working on her. Got her Relic 3 at least this week. I'm pretty happy with that. Our goal obviously is 5, and then some of them will go to 7. Do need to work out which ones are going to go to 7 for Grand Inquisitor, and as we continue working on Reva. We've been getting anywhere. The last couple we've got an 8 to 10 shards, I think is kind of where our Reva has, how many shards we've been getting each time. So we're making good progress there as a guild. Definitely have more work to do though. And I think we just have enough. We can give Admiral Radis another gear tier here. And he's going to need a bunch of Chirotechs, I think. Yeah. So there's 100 of each, 150 of each for this level. Oh, that's killer right there. So it may be a while till we get him really done. We'll go ahead and craft this stuff and equip it. Just so we know we've got those done. So he's going to be a little while. Shakti needs Chirotechs. Fifth Brother needs those parts. Darth Bane, we're close to Jedi Knight Luke, getting him unlocked. So obviously going to have to work on him as well to get him up and running. That'll probably be, we may abandon everything else and just work on him to get him up to relics fairly quickly, but we'll see how quickly we can actually do it. But we're working toward Grand Inquisitor. Boss Nass here, we are going to go ahead and promote him to 6 stars. And we're still single farming him right now, or double farming actually. And we'll continue doing that for a little while. We are still working on that, so we're pretty close on Grand Inquisitor. Need more relic levels really is what we're missing. So we'll continue working on those. And as we, I want to work on the Gungans, so they're definitely going to be, whenever I need to figure out when the next time Jar Jar is going to be around, so we can kind of have that mapped out so we can get them all to Relic 5 before that event. So that'll be something we need to work on as well in there. But yeah, we're making good progress on the account. We've got to get him to Relic 7, which we can't do right now. Looks like we do need carbonite circuit boards on that, but that's fine. We'll just kind of wait on Dash. I wanted to just see, we got Dash, Hera that we need to take up to relics, a little bit higher relics than what they are now. Maybe we could bring him up a little bit, but I don't know if that really helps us on anything. Sana we could farm up as well. But yeah, that's pretty good. Hera obviously is another one. And you bring up ships. We can go ahead and get 5 stars on our Emperor shuttle and go ahead and do that. We're not using it a whole lot right now. We only need total, we need 4 capital ships for GAC. And so most of the time, depending on the defense that I have set up, it's usually Executor. So Executor, and then we have Radis that we're using on defense. Sometimes we do put Negotiator. It just kind of depends. And then we're using Malevolence, Negotiator. And then it kind of just, we have a flex spot. We can use Home 1 or something else on defense. So Emperor Shuttle. But hopefully, soon we'll be able to use that a lot more and be able to continue doing that. We can go ahead and get a little bit more here out of this. We have been slowly upgrading our Radis fleet, obviously, so we can use the Star Fortress and everything else a little bit more effectively, and hopefully these do a little bit more damage, a little bit harder to defeat on defense, but it is definitely taking a little bit of time to get it kind of, at a spot where I'm happy with it, but we are just using it to on defense. I don't think I'm going to do that one because it doesn't really need to reinforce because we're putting it out there first. So 6 stars hopefully soon, and then we'll get that all the way to 7 stars, and that fleet will kind of be done, and we'll continue to place it on defense. I think once we start going for Profundity, we will probably leave Executor on defense and throw I don't know, maybe we'll put Profundity on defense. We'll see kind of where we're at. Maybe leave Profundity, for offense. Jedi Master Luke, obviously, we're pretty close on him. Just need to finish up that one. We did hit some RNG a couple times where Vader got several turns in a row and we were defeated, basically. So still have a little ways to go on that one. We can go ahead and activate a few of these, just since we have the shards. Continue working on those. I'm not super concerned about any of those lower level ones. Captain Tarples, we're going to continue working all the way to 7 stars. He's on a pretty easy node in Cantina, so it shouldn't take too long. We've only been doing the 100 refreshes every day on Cantina just to get him going as fast as possible, basically. So you can see we've already got him to, we just need 67 shards to finish him off. So pretty happy with that. He'll be our first Gungan that's actually finished. So we'll continue working on that. And yeah, set needs some other stuff, but for right now, it doesn't look like we could do our challenge, I guess, but I don't think we'll have enough even after that. And I don't necessarily, he's fine where he's at for right now. We're not really using him a whole lot. We do need to get him up and running a little bit more and have a few others that we really need to get. We have so many characters right now that we really need to focus on and get them going, but we just don't have enough resources to do all of them at one time. And so we are having to prioritize kind of what we want to do. SLKR still waiting on Finalizer, and once we get that done, then we can start moving. So 8 of 14 are completed for our prereqs, and a couple of those are already reliced. We just need to bring them to a higher relic level. So I think 3 of them. So, because Biston, Hera, and Dash are all reliced already. So we've got Jin and a couple of those other ones. I think all of these ships are at, probably do need to bring some of them up. We'll focus on that here in a little bit, to bring those a little bit higher level. Really, Outrider is probably the main one, because I know I'm going to definitely use that. And you can see we just need to bring up those, probably bring up the pilots a little bit, and they should be at a good spot. And obviously Cassian's U-Wing is going to get a lot better once we actually get those pilots up to snuff there. And we need to work on K2. Is definitely one I'd like to bring up anyways, and probably bring him to Relic at some point. I think he will be pretty good just to go with Adrad. You can go, there for sure with Jin, Adrad, throw in some others, and I think we'll have a pretty solid team. So we'll request that piece of gear. It looks like nobody else has requested anything, so we'll just leave that where it's at. Looks like, I'm not gonna do any of those right now. We're so short on Omegas right now. It really has been a crunch for us as well. So Adrad, Cassian Andor, and whoever else we needed to be at Relics is. So we've got 3 to work on that need to code 2 Relics, and then 3 that are at Relics that just need to go higher. So Profundity is coming along nicely. And let's see, we can go in, and so Fifth Brother, definitely continuing to work on that. We can go in and kind of see where we're at. SLKR, like I said, we just need the Finalizer. So when that event rolls back around, we'll go ahead and finish that one off. And then territory battles, we can kind of see we're at 100 or so shards of her already. And you can see we've got a team at least going. They got to be Relic 7, and they're recommending 34,000. So definitely need to work on their mods, some other stuff to get that squad really up and running. And then Boss Nass there, and all of the Gungans that we need for Jar Jar. Those are the 2 teams that we're really working on, Inquisitors and then the Jar Jar team, so we can get that unlock finished. We are pushing the Gungans, obviously, for the new raid. I want to get that going, kind of try to see what we can do in the new raid. We're not pushing the Queen Amidala and her faction as much, just because I don't think where I'm at right now I can push those resources as much as I'd like. We'll see, though. See how it develops and kind of where we end up in this. But we'll see. And unfortunately, Commander Ahsoka Tano kind of has taken a back seat. Like, we have her unlocked, and she's just kind of been sitting at this gear, and we're not able to do as much as I would like on her. Bane is probably going to be in a similar predicament. I do need to get him up and running, though, because I feel like that will give me another good offensive team for GAC. But unfortunately, he needs, I don't know if he needs all 3 Omicrons, though. That's the question I have. And then we've got Jedi Master Luke coming along. We're going to have SLKR. We just have a lot of things that need a lot of materials, and we just don't have, Chirotechs. We don't have even the relic pieces to get them, up and running. So unfortunately, we have kind of hit a wall. And this may be one of the, bad things about the Lightspeed bundles is, we get all this stuff, but then we, need additional materials, and maybe that's why they're trying to get us to spend some more money, and I'm just not going to at this point. We're going to continue going where we're at. We're going to have to plan out a little bit more. I need to really sit down and figure out where we kind of want to go on all of this, but for sure, I want to finish off the Grand Inquisitor journey. I want to finish off the Gungans, and figure that out, so that we can actually, do what we need to do with that team. Hutt Cartel, another one. I'd love to go for Jabba right now, and we're just not in the cards to really get all those things up and running. So unfortunately, we're a little ways from that. just with everything else I need a Relic. We're probably several months from even looking at that. Once we finish, if we do Grand Inquisitor, Gungans, and then look at Profundity after that, I think that's probably like where we're going to be looking at. Is kind of the progression of the account. We'll see if we stick to that or what we do. And so yeah, for Naboo raid, I do want to get some of these characters up and running. Hopefully we do get some announcements soon about what is coming, like a road ahead or something, so we even know. Right now it'd be nice to know what characters are going to be needed for the Naboo raid, so we can start working on some of those. And that is definitely, I'm going to switch probably priorities. Right now we're getting about 5 million, a little over in the indoor raid. And I think if we can do something similar to that, like pretty soon after that raid comes, I think I'll be pretty happy with that. But yeah, definitely Gungans, Queen Amidala, I haven't been pushing as hard in Conquest. And honestly, that, you know, I may regret that later once she comes out and once, you know, everybody has a chance to use her and see how good she is in the raid and all that stuff. So we may regret that decision, not pushing for her a little harder. Definitely pushed for Darth Bane pretty hard, and then we kind of left Queen Amidala in the dust once we kind of knew that we were in a pretty good spot for Bane, even with some light effort and lower scores, lower crates. We were able to unlock him. So Naboo, though, definitely looking forward to that. Lots of work to do, though, on the account. Lots of farming to do. 117 weeks. By the time this video is released, it'll probably be a little bit behind. We are running a little bit behind on recordings, so probably 1 to 2 weeks by the time it's released, just because of everything going on in life and work and in the game. We've got a lot going on, and trying to keep up with everything has been a little overwhelming. But if you guys have watched to this point in the video, you're enjoying the video, leave me a comment, ask me a question, what you guys want to know. I'll try my best to answer it. I do need to go through and do some viewer questions at some point. Maybe we can do a separate video for that, just viewer questions, kind of talk about the new account, new free-to-play account, and this account as well, kind of our where we're going with all of these, what you guys would like to see, and we can kind of go from there. We'll go ahead and promote these. We are trying to boost. A lot of this is just boosting to try to get our GP a little higher. So whenever we're deploying in different things, you know, give a little bit more of a boost to our account. But honestly, I don't know how much any of these are really going to do. You know, we're getting plus 200 there, but every little bit helps when we're trying to push for more stars in territory battles. So we'll continue working on those and just get these characters that we have the shards for up. And it's not super expensive to do this, and we'll continue working on a lot of these characters just to get them a little higher. I'd be interested to see if Night Sisters get you know, some more units, maybe be able to split them up a little bit, especially in threes. I think you could probably find a way to split them if they give us a Morgan, is it Elsmith or whatever her name is, whatever the Night Sister from Ahsoka is, maybe give her her own little squad that she could use. I mean, there's a few things you could do with that. You also have the trio that they could use from the Ahsoka show, the Night Sister trio or triumvirate, that they could use as like its own team in threes, and then you'd have enough leftovers from that you could probably build 2 Night Sister teams. So that could be interesting, what they're going to do going forward for Night Sisters, if there's going to be more to come from that. But yeah, just kind of going through these teams, seeing what we have, what we can build. Go ahead and get him all the way to 85. Hondo, we're not super pressed to get him right now, but we do have a lot of the other requirements for Aphra done, but I feel like she's just not doing a whole lot right now. Wouldn't help our account that much. I'd rather get a few other squads, Gungans, you know, Inquisitors, that kind of stuff. I think is going to help us more You know, we're at 725 million. So hopefully you guys, you enjoyed this update. You know, not a ton of progress made today, but definitely some little stuff overall. You can see where we're at in fleet, and that we do have some progress we need to make in there. And next week we'll hopefully get a few more relics on this account. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.